I wasn't ready to show that yet. All right, that'll have to be in the outtakes. In this Nitty-Gritty Primetime Let's Play live stream, we're going to be playing American Mah Jongg at Mahjong Time. The topic is Joker tactics. So you got a little sneak peek with this slide. If you haven't seen these presentations yet, we're going to cover 3 different Joker tactics. Some of them have been around a little bit, so if you're new to my channel, these may be new to you, but if you're a subscriber, you may be familiar with these. I did add a little bit to the slides, so I hope that you enjoyed the presentation just the same. And I want to say thank you for watching my videos. Moderators, thank you so much for helping monitor the chat. This is a nitty-gritty format, so we're going to keep the socialization to a bare minimum. I guess we'll get started since I have the presentation ready to go. And we're also going to be playing at Mahjong Time in this session, so hopefully we'll get to do demonstrations on Joker tactics. I want to start by sharing that the original concept of one of these, well, actually 2 of these Joker tactics are based on strategy by wall. And this was introduced to the community by Tom Sloper. So I just want to give a shout out to Tom. I have played with strategy by wall as the foundation of my strategies, and I've made it my own. So I added Huck Toy's strategy by wall because I have some of my own favorites as far as strategies go, based on the wall in play. So if you look at a game from a bird's eye view, you can see 4 walls with the tiles. The first wall is where the dealt tiles come from. So dealing the tiles would deplete the first wall. And then once everyone has their tiles, you're typically left with a short wall. So that would be the second wall. That is called, let's see, we do the Charleston. That second wall is still in play. We're passing tiles at this time. And then the begin game is when we're picking and discarding from that short wall. The middle game is when we're picking and discarding from the third wall. And the end game is when we're picking and discarding from the 4th wall. There are many tactics that coincide with the wall in play, and that's why it's so important. And I think it's a fantastic and very powerful strategy. The first strategy that I want to share is called outside in. This is based on the idea that you're going to be optimizing the potential for a Joker exchange. So when you get your dealt hand, if you're not playing wins, those are going to be the ideal tiles to let go of. Of course, if you're playing any hand that uses the tiles that we're going to be focused on, you're going to switch your thinking. So this strategy, like many, is based, it's very situational. So you want to ask yourself, are you going to be playing wins? If not, let those go. Also, wins are typically not going to be in exposures with jokers. The number tiles are more likely going to be in exposures because there are far more of them, and there are more hands that use number tiles than wins and dragons. So if you're not playing dragons for that same reason, those should be discarded if you're not playing those with those tiles. The next tiles that can be discarded or even passed, you want to be careful, and we'll talk about passing in a little bit, but for discarding, I would discard year tiles, especially 2s. So just because of the year 2022, there are 2 2s there, plus you have the whole even category. And then if anybody's in little numbers with consecutive run, 2s are going to be at a premium. So if you're not playing wins, let those go first. If you're not playing dragons, they go second, and then year tiles. 2s first, and then 3s. So these would be escalated, but if any of these tiles are discarded before you get to them, then I would escalate them as discarded, as discards. So for example, if you're in the begin game and someone discards a 2, even though you haven't discarded your winds and dragons, you might just let that 2 go. So that's why it's very situational. You've got to watch the discards and exposures to know how to prioritize your discards. This particular strategy, outside in, optimizes the potential for joker exchange in exposures by holding efficient tiles. Tiles 3 through 7 are efficient because you can go up or down that 9 number range. It requires keen awareness and agile thinking. You got to be really quick on your feet. You've got a lot of spinning plates going. So it is an advanced strategy. But if you apply it correctly, you might be able to get some jokers in your hands or hand, one hand at a time. So the idea is that if you think about the consecutive run category, it's the most flexible category on the card, and you have 9 numbers in 3 suits. The tiles on the edge, 1, 2, 3, and 9, 8, 7, really in that order, outside in, they are not very flexible. So the closer you get to the center of the run, the more efficient the tiles. 4, 5, 6, the very middle tiles, those are the most efficient tiles in the set. And so the theory is that they're going to be more likely in exposures with jokers. So you hold on to them. And then you discard from the outside in. And that will, in theory, optimize the potential for joker exchanges. If you're playing a pair hand, or if you're attempting a jokerless hand, you're going to switch that thinking because you don't need jokers. So you're instead going to discard inside out. If you're playing a pair hand or a jokerless hand, discard inside out, because then you're sabotaging those efficiency tiles. 4, 5, and 6, even 3 through 7. 3 through 7, not as efficient as 4, 5, 6, but the 3s and the 7s, you can go up a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But everything stops on the edge. Those edge tiles are not efficient at all. So when you're playing a pair hand, you might consider holding the edge tiles and save those for end game discards. Discarding inside out in the middle game can sabotage the efficiency hands. So we're going to play at Mahjong Time, and we'll demonstrate outside in discard. I like to call it a triage. It's prioritizing discards. Planning discards would be another way to phrase that. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we'll play at Mahjong Time. I need to open the game. Bear with me. Here's Mahjong Time, and we're going to use this layout here so you can see the table and the tiles. We'll join this table. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long. We're going to demonstrate outside in, and I'm going to talk through the situational awareness that comes in as far as strategy application for this particular strategy. So buckle up. It can get a little bit intense, and the escalation of discards can happen just in one exposure or discard. So there's a lot going on. We're just waiting for one more player. Hopefully we'll have some example situations that come up. And then we'll go back to, after one game, we'll go back to the presentation and I'll share another strategy or another tactic, Joker tactic. And then we'll come back, do another game demonstrating that tactic. And then we'll go back one more time for a third Joker tactic. And then we'll come back and finish out the live stream demonstrating all three tactics. We're just waiting for one more player. If you haven't tried playing at Mahjong Time yet, look for my email in the video description below. I'd be more than happy to send you information about their 30-day VIP trial. I am an affiliate partner there, so I would get a commission if you decide to sign up for a subscription. And I would, of course, be very grateful for your support. I think it's a great place to play. They have 5 different versions of the game, and they are working on another version of the game, Wright Patterson Mahjong, which is the version that I grew up playing. So I'm very excited about that. They hope to be able to release by the end of the year, and I'm crossing my fingers that is the case. Looks like we lost and gained a player. Hopefully we'll have someone join us before long. Where'd everybody go? Here we go. We have players now. So outside in, we're thinking 1, 2, 3, and 9, 8, 7. If we're not playing with those tiles as far as Joker exchange optimization. So let's see what we have to work with here. We have a pair of 2 cracks and a pair of red dragons. So if these were my tiles, I'd probably try for maybe a year hand. So I would keep all year tiles. So in this case, we're going to keep the dragons, maybe even the winds if they come through. So outside in is what we would be passing. 7, 8, 9, and then really those efficiency tiles. If we're playing a year hand, we won't need the 4, 5, 6. So let's pass 7, 8 with a 1. Actually, you know what? We have a 1, 2 dragon in here. Let's let a wind go. We have 1, 2 dragon, no gaps. We even have a flower here. I typically don't pick a hand right away, and we really don't have to pick a hand because we have discards, but let's just see what we get. Here's another dragon right there. So we have tiles we can pass, so we really don't have to pick a hand yet. Looks like we might be able to still play a year hand or 1, 2 dragon, third hand down under consecutive run. At the moment, we're using year tiles, edge tiles, 1, 2, 3, little numbers. The outside in theory really takes off when you get through the after the Charleston. During the Charleston, you really want to focus on hand development and defensive passing. And then after the Charleston, you focus on that outside in discard strategy. Okay, so we have a 6. It's really not very helpful. We have a 3 dot with the dragons and the year tiles. We really don't need an offsuit 3. So I would let that go. And I'd let the north go probably with an 8. I suppose if we get a 4 crack and an 8 crack, we could switch to evens. Evens concealed. We want to try to pick a hand that uses the 2 crack and the red dragon. That's what's driving the decisions. No keepers. We've got efficiency tiles here. We definitely want to keep going. Looks like everybody wants to keep going. So we're going to do 6, 7, 6, 7 east. We got like numbers with 7s. So let's pass 6 bam, or 6 dot, 7 bam, 9 crack. One of each suit. It's a little bit risky, but it's the best we can do. Our hand is the priority. I'm kind of hoping we get a 3 so we can play that dragon year hand. That would be the 3rd hand down. We got wins. I would pass these number tiles. It looks like we might have lost a player at the table here. I want to hold the wins because we might be able to switch to the news dragon hand, second one from the bottom under wins and dragons. The winds have been going around. Someone is passing blind, so we want to be mindful of that. Okay, now here we've got a 4, 6, 8. That's pretty risky. So I would probably pass a wind and break these up. Let's see how many our opponent wants. I would not pass 4, 6, 8 in one suit. That's pretty risky. I think we lost a player on the left. They're on auto 3. So that means a robot is taking over. And that will affect the game, by the way. So, no comment. We're waiting for our opponent to say how many they want. I hope they didn't leave the game. We're going to say no at 3 seconds. Okay, so that kind of crippled us a bit, having 2 players non-participatory here, apparently, seemingly. And this delay is confirming that. Okay, so we're just going to do the best we can.
5 dots.
We're going to discard the wins first. This is part of that inside out discard triage. So the south will go next, then the 9, then the 8, outside in. We're going to keep the efficient tiles. Okay, now the 4 bam was just discarded. So we can now escalate that as a discard. That's where the escalation comes in.
7 bamboo.
When one of those tiles go down, then it's not likely that they're going to be used in an exposure.
Green dragon.
So a green dragon is down. Now, if we played 1, 2 dragon, we'll need 2 jokers now because of the 1 and the 2. But that's okay. We can use jokers if we have to.
Kong. 8 characters. 1 bamboo. Flower.
South, we do not want to hold on to.
South wind.
Wind tiles. You can kind of sabotage a wind
White
hand.
dragon.
Okay, now they have a Kong of West and they threw dragons. So they're not playing East and West with dragons. My guess is that they're playing a quint.
1 dot.
West with like numbers. Quint.
Pung.
North and South, they did not hesitate on those tiles. So I'm thinking they're playing either East and West with the year or maybe a quint.
Pung.
Okay, so 1, 3.
7 dots.
They could be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, pong, kong, pong, kong. In one suit. Second hand down under a consecutive run. And they're not ready. Oh, they took the 4 with jokers. That is an efficiency tile. That is one of the most efficient tiles. So if we had a 4 dot, we would be able to leverage that.
6 dots.
All right, so now
bamboos.
a 5. This is kind of interesting because
4
there's
bamboos.
a 5 dot in front of them. I wonder if did they discard that 5 dot? That's
1
interesting.
bamboo. 2 bamboos.
This is kind of a
5
strange
dots.
dynamic going on here. Okay, now
8
we have
dots.
what is called joker bait. This is a pair you don't need. And we're going to talk about that next
6
in the
characters.
presentation. So we'll hold off on that. But in a
Flower.
nutshell, you hold a pair you don't need. In the middle game, you discard it, and hopefully someone will
9
take it with a
dots.
joker and make an exposure. So we'll discard the 8 or the 9
9
bam there.
bamboos.
I would love to get a 3 crack in here. I think
5
I would
dots.
switch to probably
9
the
dots.
year hand
Flower.
with 3 cracks here. There's a hesitation on the flower. Okay, so 9 dot is an edge tile.
9
And
dots.
it's already out. 6 bam is an efficient tile, so we want to hold on to that. And then
4
we
bamboos.
probably will be letting the
9
1 crack go.
bamboos.
It's already out, and so is the
3
2
dots.
crack. Let's let the 6 bam go.
6 bamboos.
The 5 crack is an efficient tile. It's already out though twice, so we'll just
1
escalate.
bamboo.
3 times. So
4
in this case,
characters.
it didn't
5 bamboos.
show up for us on that one. Okay, now this changes things a little bit because
5
now we're a
characters.
little closer to 1-2 dragon.
4 characters.
So we're kind of back to potentially 1-2 dragon, 1-2 red dragon, but we're going to need 2 jokers. Whereas if we played the year hand, we would be able to call the dragons.
7 characters.
The only weakness we have is the 3 crack. Here's an edge tile that's already
9
out.
bamboos.
Okay, now we're at 53 tiles, so we need to let the 8 bam
8
go.
bamboos.
Oh, there it is right there. Okay, so let's see if anyone takes it. No, so it didn't work out in this case either, this particular
Flower.
tactic. So we'll just escalate those as discards now.
7 dots.
5
8
bam, I
bamboos.
believe, was just thrown, so that should be
8
a safe tile.
characters.
Now at this point, this is when you want to switch
3
the
bamboos.
discard strategy, because we don't want to hold those efficiency tiles now.
dots.
We want to hold safe
Mahjong.
discards. Okay, so it looks like they got a keeper from the wall. We have a player with 1, 2, 3, 4 pong kong over here. It looks like they're playing a 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9 pong kong. We're playing 1, 2 dragon or a year hand here, east and west with the year. Okay, so let's go back to the presentation. Let's see, we want to go here. Okay, now 1 second, let me get the, I don't know why this goes in and out of the slideshow. Hold on. Oh, okay. Joker bait, that's what we just demonstrated with the 8 bam pair, but it didn't work out. Here's how it's supposed to work. And it is hit or miss, by the way. Joker bait's a pair that you don't need, but you keep it anyway. And incidentally, you want to, this strategy typically happens after the Charleston. You do not want to shackle yourself by holding a pair you don't need during the Charleston. You want to be able to pass freely. So if you have a pair you don't need, like in this case, the 2 bam, I would break it up and try to pass defensively. We have very few discards at the moment. This particular hand is an example of a hand after the Charleston. So we'll see if we have an opportunity to demonstrate joker bait. During the Charleston, don't hold on to joker bait during the Charleston. Use your tiles, the useless tiles to you, including joker bait during the Charleston. Use those to your advantage by passing, because you want to prioritize your own hand development first, and then you do the best you can with what you have left over. And sometimes that's going to include joker bait, which is a pair you don't need. So you want to leverage that to help you pass defensively. Typically, joker bait shows up after the Charleston when you're picking and discarding from the wall. during one discard, you basically discard one of those tiles in the middle of the game to coax an exposure from an opponent with a joker. Then on your next turn, you use the second tile to do the joker exchange. That is how it's supposed to work. So in the middle of the game, around 60 tiles remaining, I would discard the 2-bam. Someone makes an exposure with a joker, and on my next turn, I use the second 2-bam to get the joker. If for whatever reason you're not able to use the joker bait, or maybe you get distracted by hand development or other things that might be going on at the table, and you don't discard the joker bait in time, you might go into it a little late. Make sure that you let it go by the end of the third wall, especially if they are fresh tiles. That would, if you go into the end game with a pair like this, it could be pretty risky. So you do not want to have fresh tiles going into the end game, which is the fourth wall. The ideal time to discard joker bait would be in the middle of the middle game, which is 60 tiles remaining. That's the very middle of the game. Let's go play at Mahjong Time, and hopefully we'll get to demonstrate that. Let's see here. I need to share Mahjong Time. Okay, let's find a table. Let's see here. Here's one. We're not playing a marathon right now. That's when you play 4 games in a row. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long for players. Does anybody have any questions about joker bait? We're going to demonstrate it now, hopefully. So during the Charleston, that's not when joker bait works. Joker bait works in the begin game if you develop a pair you don't need. So we're going to focus on the Charleston. Hand development is the top priority. Second to that is defensive passing. So you want to use your tiles to your advantage as best you can. Hello, Arlene. Welcome. We need one more player. Just one more player. Come on. Come on down. We have a seat here. One more player. We're at 7-second auto. There we go. All right, let's hope for a nice strong deal. We do have a multiple in here, target multiple. So we have an 8-dot and a green dragon here. Let's see, 8-dot pair. I would focus there. We're not going to use a 1 or a 3 with an 8-dot. I'm thinking evens. If we can get a 2-dot, we might be able to play the dragon hand. Second one from the bottom under evens. So I would probably let the wind go, one of them. Let's see if we can get a 2 dot. We'd be able to leverage both multiples if we can. We did. We got a 2 dot. So let's keep it. We do have a 6 crack here, 4, 6 in cracks. But I think I would focus on 2, 8 dragon. That would allow us to leverage both multiples. So I would, at this point, let the 6 crack go so we can pass defensively. Maybe even the 4 crack, because it's 6 1 half dozen the other actually. Let's keep the 4 and pass the 6. It's 6 1 half dozen the other here. Okay, now we have a 9, 8, 9, 5, 6, 8, 9. So let's just hold on to that, kind of reassess. I would let the East go with the 4 and a 6. It looks like we're going to be playing a 2, 4, 6, 8 hand. But if we get a 7 dot, we might be able to switch to the 5 through 9 hand. Consecutive tiles are far more flexible. We've got 7, 8, 4. We really don't need these. Oh, yes, we want to keep going. Hopefully we'll keep going. So we'll pass a 4 bam, 8 bam, 7 crack. So we're looking for 2, 4, 6, 8 in one suit probably, or maybe the 2 and the other dragon here, the red dragon for that 2, 8 dragon hand, second from the bottom under evens. We're in between that and the third hand down on the left. We have no gaps for both hands. We have an East 5, 7. That is just a little bit risky, so I would probably not pass that. I would probably let go of the 9 and maybe pass the 5, because at least there's a spread between 5 and 9. We have a 3. We have some evens, or not evens, but consecutive 2, 3, 4, 5 in one suit. So let's pass 3, 7. I probably would not. We have a long way to go, so I don't think I would pass a 6, 7. We have 2, 4, 8, 8 dot pair. So I would probably let the 5 dot go and pass one of each suit. So probably we would be playing 2, 4, 6, 8 here. We picked up an 8 dot, so that's a keeper. And we definitely can keep passing here. We can do one of each suit, 3 dot, 6 crack, 9 bam. All right, this is the, let's see, which is this? This is the optional across. So we have a 1.5 bam in an
9
east.
bamboo.
So we're going to keep the 5 and the 6 because those are efficiency tiles. Here's a pair we don't need. That would be joker bait. Let's throw the 1 dot. That is an edge tile. And here we have joker bait with an east.
2 dots.
So let's just wait and see.
3 dots.
It looks like there may be players
3 characters
with a wind hand. Another east. Let's let the 5 bam go.
5 bamboo.
Usually a pung does not make good joker bait.
7 bamboos.
I would be surprised if somebody called an east with a couple
2
of jokers.
bamboos.
So what I would do
White
is
dragon.
probably, this is an edge tile, so I would let this go. I would probably
1
let the east go
bamboo.
and see what happens at the table.
5
See if
dots.
there's a hesitation on the east. Right now, there are no wins out. So it appears that somebody might be
8
playing
bamboos.
wins. Since we don't have any other
1 character.
wins, it's useless to us. So let's let it go and see what happens.
East wind.
There's a hesitation. So because there's a
1 dot.
hesitation, I would hold that pair for a little longer
4 bamboos.
because we might be able to get a joker out of that. Somebody has an East with a joker or a pair of East and
5
no joker.
bamboos.
That's what that hesitation was all about. Let's throw the 3 bam. That's an edge tile.
3 bamboos.
So we have 1 efficient tile. We've got dragons. We have 2 8
6
dragon
dots.
as our likely hand.
4 dots.
Second hand from the bottom, especially now that the 4 and the 6 are out.
2 dots.
And now let's see, a 2 dot went down. That would be our tile. Let's let the 6 bam go.
6 bamboos.
There's a hesitation on the 6. I'm wondering if someone is playing East and West with a run.
8 bamboos. 2 characters.
So we're going to hold on to this pair of East until we get to 60 tiles remaining. That would be the middle of the game.
7 bamboos.
Okay, now here, let's let the 2 bam go. That's a year tile.
2 bamboos.
This 7 dot might be helpful. There's a 6 dot out.
9 dots.
There's a 9 dot out
3
now.
bamboos.
6, 7, 8, 9 had some potential. I probably would let it go.
8 characters.
There's a hesitation on the 8. Okay, so we have a player with a
7
pung of
dots.
8s. And now they have a pung of 8s and they threw a 7 dot, which is
1
interesting.
character.
They're not playing 6, 7, 8, 9 pung kong in 2 suits. We know that. Otherwise, they wouldn't have thrown the 7 dot. So I would let the 7 dot go.
7 dots.
Another player has a 7 dot. That's what that hesitation was.
3 dots.
So the player to
3
our
dots.
left or the player to our right, the 2 bam should be a safe
7
tile.
dots.
So that was the player who had the 7 dot. All right, now we're at 64 tiles. Let's let the 2 bam go.
2
And then in the
bamboos.
next pick, we're going to let the East go because now we're at that
4
time when you want to
bamboos.
let go of joker bait. We don't want to go too much
Flower.
beyond 60 tiles remaining. This will have given everybody time to draw a joker or get set up with a pair to then call the East.
Flower.
So let's see what happens.
East wind.
Another hesitation. And they
Green
didn't
dragon.
take it. So we're going to let that go next. We have no gaps for a hand of least resistance, but we can't call that. It's not for a pung, it's for a kong. So we got to let it go. We're going to let this
3
East go
bamboos.
next. Somebody wanted the East, but
Green dragon.
after we throw this, oh, and there goes our tile again. Let's throw the East.
East wind.
Somebody could be playing a news hand, like news with
4 dots.
news concealed with the year hand, for
4
example,
dots.
or maybe the dragon hand or the concealed news hand. There are single
6
East and West
characters.
there. So there is that potential as
Pung.
well. Okay, now we have 6,
1
8
dot.
pungs. They're playing 5 through 9 under
9
consecutive
dots.
run. So we want to let this 9 crack go now. They need a pair of 9 cracks.
9 characters.
And we're still in the middle game, so I'm hoping they're not ready. And they weren't.
2 characters.
So they're playing 5 through 9. 9 crack just went down.
Flower.
One white dragon is out, and we
5
really,
dots.
the only way we can use the white dragon, let's see, 1 crack. We're getting ready to go into the end game, so I would let these efficient tiles go now,
4
and I would start
bamboos.
holding edge tiles. This is where that switch occurs,
8
where you start
characters.
holding outside in,
North
because the
wind.
outside tiles now, the edge tiles, are going to be safer than those efficient tiles. So you make a switch to
5
inside out
characters.
right now. That would be for a pair, for that hand, but they're not ready. Okay, so we're going to let the 5 bam go.
5 bamboos.
There's a hesitation on the 5 bam. Third one, that's the third one out. So now we
4
have a 1
bamboos.
crack that should be safe.
9
There are 2 out.
bamboos.
That is the second
5
9 bam.
characters.
1, 2, second 9 bam, so that should be safe. This 6 bam, we need to let that go because that is a middle tile.
6 bamboos.
And there's one right here. So hopefully we're sabotaging those
2
efficient
bamboos.
hands, those hands with 4, 5, 6,
bamboos.
really 3 through 7.
5 dots.
Okay, 1 bam is an edge tile.
1 bamboo.
We probably should play defense because we have a long way to go with our hand. We have a winner at the table here. 2, 4, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4 concealed. 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought maybe it was 2, 4, 6, 8 and cracks, but it's 1 through 4. Over here, they had their pairs. They just didn't have a 7 crack. So they're playing a gap hand. Over here, we have news concealed. This is the player with that single east, and why there kept being that hesitation, because they had jokers that they could have used for that. And they were probably deciding whether or not they could do all wins, but they also had a pair of 7s for news concealed. So that's why that east didn't quite work out. Okay, now we're going to go back to the presentation because I'm going to show you one more joker tactic. Let me set it up. This tactic is called finesse. Finesse means that you do something in a subtle and delicate manner. It actually is a bridge or bid whist card game tactic. Basically, you hold a card that seems benign, but it happens to end up being the card that you can use to take a trick. So that particular idea, finesse, occurred in one of these old games, and it was adopted in American Mah Jongg. Ruth Unger is the lady who named this tactic finesse based on the bridge and whist games. The idea is that you hold a natural tile for a joker exchange for a self-picked win. So here we have our hand. We have a pair of flowers with a pair of 3 dots, and we have 2 discards. We have 2 exposures, a 2-dot Kong and a 4-dot Kong with a joker. So someone threw a 4-dot and we had 2 with a joker, so we called it and then exposed it. So we have an exposure with a joker. Later, we pick a 4-dot from the wall, but we don't do the joker exchange yet, which is a bit risky, and I'll explain why. So you keep the 4-dot and discard the white dragon. Then somebody discards a 3-dot. We picked a joker from the wall in this case, and someone throws a 3-dot, and that's when you would take your 4-dot. So you would expose the 3-dot with an exposure, a Kong, and then you would take the 4-dot in exchange for your own joker and declare Mahjong. That would be an example of finesse. When your hand is set and you draw your tile that makes you ready, you do the joker exchange and then declare Mahjong. In the league's words, if a player's last move before declaring Mahjong is to redeem a joker from their own rack, is considered self-picked, and everybody pays the player double. This is called the finesse move, and that was a term coined by Ruth Unger, who was the president of the league for many, many years. So some people think that Finesse would be doing a joker exchange for Mahjong from another player's rack, but that's not where the term was coined, not based on that particular maneuver. You still get double value for your win in that case because it's considered a self-picked win. It's just not called Finesse. Okay, so we're going to play Mahjong now, and hopefully we'll have an opportunity to demonstrate that strategy. It's pretty rare when it happens, and you have to be careful because you could miss if you're holding that, like that 4 dot in that case, and someone throws a 3 dot, well, then you're stuck without a joker, and you're going to need a joker later for the 3 dot. So there is a concern of timing. You just really have to be mindful and count the cost, weigh the risk, calculate the risk, and make the decision of whether or not you want to hold out for that finesse opportunity. All right, let's join a table. Okay, so we're gonna have to start a new one here. Okay, let's see here. Somebody said something about a marathon. I'm just thinking so that we don't have to wait. Oh, too late. It's already, they already took the seat. I really don't care to wait so much while we're in a live stream, but we kind of have to now. So let's hope that someone joins the table fairly quickly here. We have a player. We just need one more, and then we'll get started. Hopefully we'll be able to force finesse. We'll see. I'll do my best to demonstrate that particular tactic. We have a pung of white dragons. Oh my gosh, maybe we could try to play that year hand again. Or maybe even the big hand. We'd have to throw away the joker though. Let's see, we have east, west, south. We might be able to play the concealed concealed dragon. Let's see, year hand with winds. But we also have these dragons here. Here's a 7 and an 8. I would not pass a flower. We have year tiles. I would not pass a red dragon with a 7 and an 8. I think we should keep the 2, 3. Let's see what happens here. We're in between the second hand down under the year and the concealed hand. Okay, we got a west, which is really not too helpful. Here's a 4 dot. We could maybe play 3, 4 dragon now. Let's see here. East and west with dragons we could maybe do. Let's see. Let's let the 9 go and the south. We could do either 3, 4 white dragon, third hand down under consecutive run, or east and west with dragons. So let's just see if we can get more wins in here, or maybe a red dragon. East and west with dragons, or 3, 4 dragon. We are in between. Okay, so we got a north and a 6 and an 8. North 6, 8. I would stick with it. Oh yeah, we definitely want to keep going. Let's hope we're going to keep going. Okay, so we're going to pass north 8, 6. We're looking for an east or red dragon. Okay, so we've got a south and a green. All right, let's see here. Green dragon, south 9. It just seems like winds are going around, but we have to make a choice right now. East and west with dragons or 3-4 dragon. I think I would let a dragon go and hold the east-west. No keepers. We can pass these. They seem to be going around. Someone's passing blind. The player across from us, by the way. So you want to be mindful of that. If your opponent across from you passes blind and then they want to do the optional across, you might consider declining that, especially if you have a risky pass. It seemed like the 7-8 kept going around though. So I'm thinking the 7 and 8 are probably not needed. I think I would go ahead and pass 2. We'll pass 2, 7 with a 4. And they're passing blind. Oh. Okay, so we got an 8 back. Now there's a pair we don't need, so we're going to hold it. Maybe we can use that for joker bait. So the edge tile will go first. So we're in between east and west with dragons or 3-4 white dragon.
6 characters.
If we did 3-4 white dragon, we would have 2 joker bait. 8 crack west.
East wind.
Okay, there's the east. We're going to pass. We would need to Kong that.
8 bamboos.
Kong east west. Okay, now we have an 8 dot. That's really not helpful.
8 dots.
Even though we have an 8 crack pair over here. I'm thinking we should probably
4
play,
dots.
oh, that's our tile. 3-4 dragon. Or maybe a
7
year hand.
characters.
Let's just
8
see.
dots.
Okay, 1 crack. That is an edge tile.
1 character. North wind.
Doesn't seem like,
North wind.
no, I don't think anyone's playing winds.
South wind.
So we would be the only one in winds. Okay, now there's an option tile. I would let the winds go now. So we can
East
do
wind.
3-4 dragon or 4-5 dragon.
East wind.
Yeah, winds are going down. Winds are
5
tough
dots.
because if people aren't playing them, typically they go down first. There's a big hesitation on the 5 dot. We might be able to get a joker out of that
6
if
dots.
we don't use it. Another hesitation on a 6 dot. So let's let the west go.
West wind.
We do have an 8-9 here.
2 bamboos.
We could do 8-9 dragon, but we have a pung of white dragons that we can leverage.
North wind.
So I would let the 9 go.
6 characters.
Hesitation on the 6 crack. Maybe someone will be playing a year hand here, or not a year hand, an even hand.
West
We do have
wind.
a flower now. So I would probably play 3-4
South
dragon.
wind.
The 5 dot was a discard and we would need a joker there. We already
6
need a joker
dots.
for the 4 too. So
4
we can
bamboos.
hold it for a little bit. All right, so let's let the 9 crack go.
9 characters.
We have a 7 dot. There's a 9 dot out. I was thinking maybe we
9
could switch to
bamboos.
5-7-9 dragon,
South wind.
but there's a 9 dot out. So I would let the 7 go.
8 characters.
Okay, now that's our joker bait. Let's see if anyone takes it or hesitates, and they don't. So we're going to escalate that. And we did pick up
8
the 9 or the
characters.
9 dot here. So we could now potentially
9 dots.
switch to 5-7-9 but we're not ready for the 9. That's the second one out. So I would go back to 3, 4,
6
probably. Let that go. The red
5
dragon would be a
characters.
discard too. So I would let that go. Hold the 4
Red
because
dragon.
it's one of the efficient tiles. However, it's been discarded
6
already.
characters.
So that likely is not going to be a good inside
7
tile.
characters.
The
1
8 crack
bamboo.
nobody wanted, so we can let that go.
8 characters.
The 5 crack
2 bamboos.
will probably, let's see, that's already out also. All these tiles are out.
7 dots.
Even the 7 dot is out. That is the first one out for 7 dot.
7 characters.
We picked up a 9 dot. We're back and
4
forth, back and
bamboos.
forth here. We have more
5
power there
dots.
than we do. Let's see, 5 dot. We're not ready for that, so we can't call that. We have all efficient
4
tiles
bamboos.
here. We're going into, let's see, we're still in the middle game.
4 dots.
There goes another 4 dot. Let's see, let's let the 9 bam go. It's
9
already out.
bamboos. 5 dots.
We'll let it go. So now let's see, 1, 2,
7
3,
dots.
5 dots are out. There goes the second 7 dot. So that we're just getting our hand destroyed here. Let's see, the 9 dot probably won't be good
4
either.
characters.
I think I would go back to 3, 4 dragon. We're just getting tossed about here.
5 characters.
Okay, now here's an 8, 9. 8s are out too. 8s are out and both 9s are out. So
2 bamboos.
let's see what else we can do here.
2 dots.
5.3 are out. 7.2 are
8
out.
dots.
There goes the 8 dot. Oh, okay. Now there's a little bit of ray of sunshine
dots.
right there. 2, 3. Now there's 1,
5
2
characters.
dot out. No 3 dots are out. 2, 4 dots are out. So now we're
West
down to
wind.
2, 3 dragon.
5 bamboos. Kong.
And we got skipped. This has been a
7
tough
characters.
hand for us.
1 dot.
We're holding year tiles and we had middle tiles. So it's been tough.
Green dragon.
We got another flower. Let's see, let's let the 7 dot go.
7 dots.
Now I would think about maybe see about
dragon.
switching to the year hand with dragons.
4 bamboos.
There's only 1, 2 dot out.
8 bamboos.
Let's see if we can get, let's let the 5 dot go.
5 dots.
Let's see if we can get a 2 dot in here. So we can switch back
1
to
bamboo.
the year hand, third one down,
9
now that we have
bamboos.
3 flowers.
South wind.
6 bam is an efficient tile. None are out. That goes first if we're playing to win.
6 bamboos. 9 characters.
We're in the end game. Technically, we should fold.
2 bamboos.
How many 3 bams are out? None.
6 bamboos.
No 3 bams are out right now.
4 dots.
How many 3 2 bams are out?
9 characters.
So this 3 bam is going to be very risky.
North wind.
We have a player with a 5 bam Kong.
8 bamboos.
How many green dragons are out? 2. 4 crack, 1 is out. 7 bam, none are out. So we have 2 risky
4
tiles here.
characters.
We should probably fold. They could be playing 1 through 9.
9 characters.
How many 9 bams are out? 3 9 bams are out. So they're not playing 1, 3, 5, 7, 9
Green
and 1
dragon.
suit. There goes another green dragon. That's the third one.
2 characters.
Oh, 1 bam should be
bamboo.
okay. Let me see. 3, that's the third one.
4 dots,
All right, so how many 3 bams are
2
out?
dots,
Oh, there's our 2 dot. Let's see here. 2
6
dots.
characters,
Okay, there's the dragon. Let's let the 9 dot go.
9 dots,
So basically we could do that year hand.
7
We're
dots,
actually set for it, but we have 2 very risky discards. This is when I look at what people are, I really zero in on discards, because if someone throws a 3 bam and they don't take it, we can ditch it. So I have like a heightened awareness on discards right now, because we still have a chance to win.
4 characters, 5 characters,
Okay, 8 bam, 3 are out, 9 dot, 3 are out.
8 bamboos,
We have 3 more picks and 3 discards.
6 bamboos,
The 9 dot is our only truly
6
safe
bamboos,
discard, other than the Joker, of course. No white
7
dragons are out. No
bamboos,
red dragons are out. Okay, now this is good. This is what I was waiting for. Nobody wanted it, so we can now discard it.
7 bamboos,
2 in a row. So that's when you want to
7
discard those risky
bamboos,
tiles. So they probably broke up their hand, I'm guessing.
1 bamboo,
This 3 bam is still going to be, let's see here.
east
4
wind,
1 bams are out now. 8 crack, 3 are out.
8 characters,
This 3 bam is still going to be risky.
7 bamboos,
They could have been, I'm not sure what they're doing here on the right. And of course, it's really hard to
4
tell what
characters,
they're doing across from us and to our left. 3 6 dots are out. This is
Joker,
our last pick, so we're going to discard the Joker.
Joker, 5 bamboos, 2 dots,
Okay, so 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 concealed red dragon ready to win right here, ready to win on a red dragon. Over here 1 3 3 5, they had the 3 bams. Over here like numbers with 3s. Okay, let's play again. Let's see. Oh shoot, I think we missed it. Okay, goodness, that one was, yikes, that was intense. Okay, here we go. That wasn't too bad of a wait. Let's hope for a nice strong deal. We have consecutive pairs, 3 4. We have a pair of 7 cracks, but the strength really is going to be this 4 dot pung. So I would keep all 2 3 4 and let the wind go, break up the 7 and pass the 8. This is where you have to break up Joker bait in the Charleston, because we need to be able to pass safely. And holding a pair of 7 cracks when we have stronger potential with the 3 4, there's no way we're going to get a mixed suit 3 4 all the way up to a 7. It's just not going to happen. So I would break up that 7. The only way we could do that is if we had a 5 dot and a 6 crack and we have gaps. So here now we have a Kong of 4s right there. Here's, let's see, part of me is wondering if we can force a quint. So a 2 dot with a 4 dot Kong, that's not helpful. So I would let that 2 dot go and hold the 4s. Yeah, because here we're left with like numbers with 7s. I'm kind of thinking we can try to force a quint, but we have no jokers, so it's going to be risky. We need to be able to leverage that Kong. That's why I was thinking maybe we could try for a quint. Okay, so we have an 8, a 1, and a 7. We paired up the 7. Let's throw the 8 or the 1 crack in the 8. All right, now let's break up the 7 bam. 3, 6, 9. Really, the 3 might be helpful, but definitely not the 9. Okay, so we definitely want to keep going. Let's hope that everybody wants to keep going because we are swimming upstream again. I think I would give up on the quint idea here. Okay, here we go. We're going to keep going. So let's pass 7 crack with the 9 bam. We're looking at 3, 4, 5 of some kind. 3, 4, 5 of some kind here. And we don't need to pick a hand till we run out of discards. So we're going to just keep gathering until a hand reveals itself. We have 2 5s, like numbers with 5s, and that fits our range. So we have 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, but we have a pair of 3s. So really the pair of 3s won't go up to a 7 if we keep the 4-dot pair, pung. Actually, that's a Kong, sorry. Okay, so let's see. 3 bam with a 4-dot Kong. Let's let the 6 crack go. Okay, so we have 3, 5, 3, 4, 5. We have all 3, 4, 5 at the moment. We have another 3 and a 1. 1, 3, 3, 5. We do have a hand in here with no gaps. 1, 3, 3, 5. 1 crack, 3 bam, 5 bam. But we have a pung of 3s and a Kong of 4s. I would probably try to leverage that somehow. Let's see. Let's see. 4. Let's pass the 1 and the 5. No, we can keep that 5 if we get a flower. Let's pass the 3. If we can get a flower, we can play 3, 4, 5 mixed suit Kongs. We need a flower though in here. Okay, so let's let's wait and see how many our opponent wants first. 2. We can do 2. So north 9 with a 5 bam. Oh, they want 2. Okay, so we're thinking maybe 3, 4, 5 mixed suit Kongs. Okay, so we have no keepers here. Winds go first, then the 9. So there's a west out. Oh, here's an option. 2 crack, 2, 3, 4 mixed suit Kongs. So we can keep that.
2 dots.
We have an efficient tile with the 5 bam, edge tile with the 9, and a south.
9 characters.
Now that 9 crack got discarded. Nobody wanted it, so that will be a good discard. Let's throw the south.
South wind.
At the moment, we have 2 through 6 in our hand and one clear discard, the 9 crack.
6 dots.
We'll just keep that for a bit. The 6 dot probably can go because nobody wanted it. That 5 crack might have been a keeper for us.
9 characters.
Here's 1, 3 and bams. That 1 bam,
1 dot.
that can go. 1 bam, 6 dot probably would be my next 2 discards. The 1 is an edge tile, so I would let that go first.
Dragon.
Although the 6 was discarded and nobody wanted it.
Pung.
We got skipped.
North wind.
All right, we need to draw. Come on now.
2 characters.
Okay, winds go first.
East wind.
Looks like nobody wants winds.
6 characters. 6 characters.
Oh, I'm going to turn on my light.
5 bamboos.
Okay, so 5 bam. We really don't need that at all.
5 bamboos. 6 dots.
All right, so now that can be escalated as a
South
discard.
wind.
That 6 dot can go next.
6 bamboos. 6 dots.
The 1 bam can go. I think the 6 crack, was that discarded?
dots.
Yeah, 2 6 cracks are out. So that can be discarded. There was a hesitation on that 3 dot.
5 characters.
That's the second 5 crack, I believe.
North
So
wind.
hopefully we'll be able to use that. Okay, let's see. 6 crack can go.
6 characters.
2, 3, 4 mixed suit
7
Kongs if we can get a
characters.
flower. And then of course we would need a joker because there's a 2
East
crack
wind.
out. 2 5 bams
8
are out.
characters.
2 5 cracks are out. East is out.
East wind.
So we're having a tough go of it at
6
these
bamboos.
tables.
6 characters. 7 characters.
Okay, we need a keeper. Now that really is not much of a keeper for us. Let's see, we don't need the, where are we? 65 tiles. So we're in the, nearing the middle of the middle game.
7 characters. 1 dot. 4 bamboos.
Okay, 8 bam, that's an edge tile. None are out. Let's let it go now.
8 bamboos.
We're now in the middle of the game.
Kong.
Oh, we got another turn here. There's an 8 bam
4
for
characters.
exchange there. We do not want to hold on to an 8 dot with a Kong out.
8 dots.
2 8 cracks are out though.
7
So they're
characters.
likely not playing like numbers.
2 bamboos.
The 2 cracks still may be a keeper for us.
8 dots.
Let's see. Let's let the 1 bam go.
1 bamboo.
All right, so there's 5 6.
West
We have all
wind.
2 through 6 right now, which
North
is
wind.
too big of a range.
9 characters.
Joker. So let's let the 6 bam go.
6 bamboos.
I think I would focus on 2 3 4 mixed suit Kongs
4 characters.
and hope for a flower. That 4 crack can go. 2 are out
3
now.
dots.
If a 3 bam goes down, I would Kong, even
2
though we have a
bamboos.
gap. Okay, 9 crack is an edge tile. 3 are out.
9
We're going into the
characters.
end game in 2 picks. The
1
2 dot,
bamboo.
1 is out. I probably would discard that next.
1
2
character.
5 bams are out, so I don't think that's going to be helpful for anybody. So 7 8 9 1 suit Kongs. 7 8 9 1 suit Kongs. 5th hand down on the left. Over here looks like a year hand, but they couldn't get white dragons. Over here 5 7 9 dragon. They needed a white dragon, and we couldn't get flowers. All right, next game. Let's jump right here. There we go. All right, next game. We need a good, strong deal. Come on now. Shuffle up and deal. We have a wide spread here. So we look for the predominant pattern. 1 2 3 4 2 3 4 5 3 4. We have 2 3s and 2 4s and 2 2s. So I'd say we stay on the lower end. So let's let the 7 go with an east. 2 3 4 5. We need to pass another tile here. Let's let the 1 dot go. So maybe 2 3 4 5 of some kind. We have a 6 crack and an 8 dot. So we do have now some potential for evens. Let's see. We do have potential for the 4th hand down. So let's see if we can make it even hand work. Let's let the 5 go with a 3 bam. Let's hold evens. That would be the predominant pattern at the moment. 8 dot, 8 bam, and a flower. Wow. Okay. 8 bam, flower, 8 dot. So 3 can go, south can go. All right, now we need to think about what we're going to play here. 4th hand down. I typically don't pass flowers. I'm thinking 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 8. I think the 8 bam can go. I'm thinking the 4th hand down, we have some flexibility with the bams and the cracks. We need to pair up the 2s and 4s. Okay, so there's a 6. So we could maybe do 2 crack, 4 crack, pair Kong, 4 bam, 6 bam, pair Kong, 8 dot pair in hand. We definitely want to keep going. Okay, so now 1 dot, 2 bam, 6 crack. We're looking at the 4th hand down under evens. 2, 4, 6, 8, 3 suits. Pair Kong, pair Kong, pair. We got another flower. Wow, someone is being very generous. Okay, let's see here. Flower. This is one, let's see here. We have 4 crack, 5 dot, 6 bam, mixed suit Kongs with flowers right there. And then maybe the 8 dot can be joker bait. I think I would do it. I would do that. Leverage the pair of flowers. 4, 5, 6 mixed suit Kongs, 5th hand down on the right. We have an 8 bam coming in. So maybe, oh, here's 4, 6, 8 now. Let's let the 1 and the 2 go and the 4. Without a 2 bam, the 4, 6, 8 are not helpful, really. If we can get a 7 crack, that would be awesome, because then we could do 6, 7, 8 mixed suit Kongs and leverage those multiples. 7 crack would be ideal. I think the 8 bam can go unless we get an 8 crack. Then we could switch to like numbers. We got a 1, 2, 3. That's not helpful. They want 2. Okay. Let's do 1, 3. 4, 5, 6 mixed suit Kongs. Unless we get a 7. We didn't get a 7. All right, so we have 3 discards and options. We're an underdog on this one. It's been a tough night. We've been getting widespreads. Okay, let's let that green dragon go. So dragons go first and then the edge tiles. So this 1 will go. We're going to let that go. We can escalate that now.
2 bamboos.
We could maybe keep the 4. It's not going to hurt to keep it.
1 character.
Okay, we got the 7 crack. So there we go.
1 dot.
Now we leverage these multiples.
North wind.
Let's see if we can make it work. So we have 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8 mixed suit Kongs.
6 dots.
So now we focus on outside in. We're going to let the 8 bam go first. Big hesitation on the 6 dot.
Four bamboos.
Now we can escalate that as a discard.
8 bamboos.
The red dragon we could discard next.
4 bamboos.
The 4 bam will be a good discard too. So at the moment, really
8
this 2
bamboos.
crack can go also. The 4
bamboos.
crack and the 5 dot might be useful. Okay, winds go first, so we'll let that go.
North wind.
We're kind of in a holding pattern at the moment. Okay, now there's the hesitation on the north. Clearly someone has winds. Somebody is playing winds.
6 bamboos.
That's a Kong for us, and we have a hand with no gaps, so I would Kong.
Kong.
And now we let go of the red dragon.
Red dragon.
I think this planning discards with outside in makes decision making super
One
simple.
bamboo.
The next discard to go will be the 4 bam because it's already out.
6 characters. 6 bamboos.
Oh, they got a tile.
5 characters.
This is already out.
4 bamboos.
The 1 crack and the 2 crack are both out.
7 characters.
Oh, there's our tile and a hesitation. Somebody else has a 7 in their hand.
1 dot.
Not the player to our right. So someone across from us could
7
have it.
characters.
There it is. There goes the 7 right there. So at least we
1
know
character.
that nobody's holding the 7 crack now,
3
because it would have been
bamboos.
from this player on the left. So we may need a joker there. Well, we will need a joker there. 2 jokers, actually.
1 bamboo.
Let's see. 5 crack. 1 is out.
Green dragon.
East goes.
East wind.
Somebody is playing news. All wins. Maybe news concealed. News your hand.
8 bamboos.
Somebody's got news in their hand. So
9
wins are
dots.
going to get more and more risky. If we draw wins, we need to let them go right away.
6 characters.
Okay,
2
now here's a
characters.
5 bam or 5 dot pair. This 5 dot
6
pair,
characters.
we could maybe use that
5 bamboos.
and try for 5 dot 6 bam 7 crack. So we kind of have options now between the 5 and the 8.
7 characters.
Yeah, there goes the other 7 crack.
4 characters.
So now we're going to need 3 jokers. Bummer.
5 dots.
There's a 5 dot. Take it with a joker. Oh, darn. All right. So I would let that go.
Win.
Nobody wanted it. So, and we already need
4
jokers.
characters.
Okay. 2 bam is a year tile. I'd let it go.
2 bamboos.
And then here we have 2 edge tiles, 7 and 8, 7 bam, 8 crack. There's a big hesitation. They have a Kong of red dragons, so this will be interesting to see what they let go of. They're going to be whittling keepers.
1 character.
Okay, 1 crack. With a Kong of red dragons, they might be doing like a
Flower.
2-3 in cracks. We're going to pass. If they hesitated on throwing the 1 crack, they might
4
have 2-3 in
characters.
cracks with the red dragon.
4 characters.
2 cracks
1
are out,
dot.
but no 3 cracks are out.
9
Now, how many
bamboos.
6 cracks are out? 3. I was thinking maybe they're trying for,
9 bamboos.
oh, here we go. We finally got some hope
7 bamboos.
right there. Oh my gosh. All right. So big hesitation on the 7 bam. Okay. So they're playing 5, 7, 9 with
West
dragons.
wind.
5, 7, 9 dragon. That's
8
the 6th
characters.
hand down on the right. We're going to pass. So they need 5 bam, 7 bam with 5 dot 9
Flower.
or 7 dot 9 dot. Okay, so we're going to pass. And 1 bam, 3 are out. Let's let the 5 dot go.
5 dots. 9 characters.
We're going to let this other 5 dot go next. They could be doing 5 dot 7 dot 7 bam, 9 bam. How many
1
9 bams
dot.
are out? 2. How many 9
3
dots are out?
bamboos.
1. So we are going to let this 5 dot go next.
5 dots.
That's the 3rd one. Now we're going to let go of the 9
bamboos.
9 dot. So they're doing 5
8
bam
dots.
probably. Oh, we're going to Kong.
Kong.
We'll throw the 9 dot.
9 dots. Mahjong.
Darn it. I was hoping they weren't ready yet. We're still in the middle game. So they must have drawn well here. 5, 7, 9 dragon. Over here, news, 3, 4, 5, north and south with a run is what they were trying for. That was the wind hand here. And then over here we have a 3, 6, 9 hand, 3, 6, 9 knitted, 3 crack, 6 dot, 9 crack white dragon. Oh, it's been, we've been pummeled tonight. We need a nice deal here. All right, next game. We have big numbers mostly. One multiple with a 5 dot pair. So that's what we're going to focus on. 5 dot pair. Here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Predominant pattern. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's south with a 2 and a 4 will pass. So we're looking for 5 through 9 of some kind. 5 through 9 of some kind. We're looking at targeting the 5 dot. No keepers. So we can pass south 1, 4, or maybe the 3, 1, 3. We do have some odd potential in here too. 5, 7, 7, 9, no gaps. Pung Kong, 2 suits. That would be the second hand down under odds on the right. Eight crack paired up. 8 crack right there. Okay, so now 4 bam can go, 2 can go. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think the 8 bam can go. I'm taking the 4th hand down under consecutive run at the moment. We're kind of in between. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No keepers. So we can pass these just fine. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is our range. We've got 2 multiples. We need keepers. We've been swimming upstream all night. No keepers, but we did get a number tile in our range. So here we have no flowers, so I would not keep that white dragon probably. 8, really, we can let the 8 dot go. We have a pair of 8 cracks. All right, we got a keeper in here. 2 keepers, 7, 9. All right, let's pass the north and the white dragon. We're going to the right, so we technically could pass blind. Let's see, we have 5, 7, 7, 9, no gaps. We have no 4 dot, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But that 6 is weak. Let's see here. 7 dot, 5, 7, 7, 9. Let's just pass 1 blind. We're already going to have some risk right there with that white dragon. Okay, so now we can pass 2 in the optional across, hopefully. It'd be kind of nice to get a 4 dot or a 6 dot. They want 3. We can do 2. I'm thinking 5, 7, 7, 9, and then we hold the 8s for joker bait. This is the last pass. So if you have joker bait in the end of the Charleston, you might think about holding it. We do have a potential big odd hand in here, 5, 7, 7, 9 with 3 multiples. Okay, we got an 8 dot, which is really not helpful. Okay, so we have 1 clear discard, the east.
North wind.
So that will go first. Here's an 8
East
dot,
wind.
8 bam, I mean. So we have all 5 through 9. So even though
South wind.
we still don't know yet what hand we're playing, we have all 5 through 9. We
East
technically
wind.
have all keepers, but we can't keep all these
3
tiles.
characters.
We have to let something go. I'm thinking the 8 bam or the 8 dot. Let's see, there's that 4 dot. All right, here we go.
8
Now we
dots.
have no gaps. So there's our hand. Single pair, pung, kong, kong.
1 character.
Now we have the single pair in hand, which is good. Fourth
South
hand down,
wind.
fourth hand down under consecutive run. We could pung the 6 or
2
kong one of these
characters.
other tiles. Oh my gosh, and then we get the 7. Okay, now we've reassessed. Let's just let that 8
8
go,
bamboos.
because now we have 5, 7, 7, 9, no gaps, hand of least
East
resistance. We could pung and kong. We could pung 2 of these and kong 1. So I would
Green dragon.
switch to 5, 7, 7, 9 with 4 multiples, and we can kong,
1
we
character.
could kong and pung in there. The 8 cracks
3
would be joker
characters.
bait in this case. So even though we have single pair pung, we would only be able to
3
pung
characters.
1 or kong 1, the 6 dot,
Green
or
dragon.
like the 8 or the 7. But in this 5, 7, 9 hand, we can act on
East
3 of
wind.
these multiples. Okay, now we do not want to hold on to a flower.
Flower.
We have a hand of least resistance going here. No flowers, no any number of jokers. 5, 7, 7, 9. Pung kong, pung kong. Second hand down on the right. So we're going to try to hold the 8 crack until.
7 dots.
Okay, that's a kong for us. We'll take it.
Kong.
All right, now let's discard the 4 dot. We'll distance ourselves from
dot.
this exposure. If we had discarded that 6 right away, someone might think, okay, clearly they're playing like numbers with 7s or maybe big odds. So by holding the 6,
White dragon.
we're concealing our plan
6
a
bamboos.
little bit. The next discard will be the 6, but at least
1
we
dot.
distanced ourselves from that particular discard. So let's throw the 6.
6
We did get a
dots.
keeper there. We can pung the 7 bam.
White dragon.
We need 1 good pick in here for that 9 bam, and then we'll be set.
4 characters.
So it would be awesome if we can draw that 7 dot.
6 dots.
Oh, 2 crackier tile.
2 characters. 9 bamboos.
And we're going to need a joker for our 9 bam. That's a kong for us. So we'll need a joker. But that's okay. We can use
5
any
dots.
number of jokers here. That's a pung for us, so we'll pass.
4 characters.
We don't need wins.
North wind. Red dragon.
I would love to draw that 7 dot.
2 bamboos.
And 2 more picks will be in the middle game. That's right about when you want to discard joker bait. So maybe the next pick,
White dragon.
we don't want wins.
West wind.
Seems that nobody's playing wins.
8 dots.
Not much of a hesitation on the 8 dot.
Flower.
Now there's a hesitation. Hesitation on the flower.
5 bamboos.
Okay, we need 7 dot.
Kong.
Oh, we got skipped. Shucks.
1 dot.
We need a good pick out of that wall. We're in the middle of the
South
game now.
wind.
So let's discard this 8 crack and see what happens.
8 characters.
Not a hesitation there. So these will be safe discards.
9 characters. 1 dot. 6 bamboos.
We don't want winds.
West wind. 6 characters.
If the 7 bam goes down, we'll call. We're going to need at least 1 joker. The 5 bam
Green dragon.
is available for exchange. So there are 2 jokers up for grabs.
2 bamboos.
We don't want to hold flowers.
Flower.
Someone's hurting for flowers.
White dragon. 3 bamboos.
So 2 8 dots are out. 1 8 crack is out.
1 character.
Green dragon, 3 are out.
8 characters.
Although somebody could be playing like numbers with dragons, but
9 characters.
I just counted all 4
1
white dragons
character.
out. So this green dragon should be safe.
9 dots.
Oh, we just threw that.
8 characters.
Okay, we're going into the end game now.
4 characters. Red dragon. 9 characters.
How about a 7 dot or a 5 bam? 2 dot, none are out, so that goes right now.
2 dots.
That's a risky tile.
Mahjong.
Oh, darn. 1 exposure. Oh. All right, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5 pung kong. Oh my goodness, we're just taking a beating tonight. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 dot 5 crack. I'm thinking they're trying for the 4th hand down under consecutive run. Over here, we have, it looks like 6, 7 quint with no jokers. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's been a rough night. Let's see if we can get a win in here. Hopefully we'll get to play at least 1 more game. Oh, thank you, Sue. We do our best. We've had some tough deals. Okay, so here's 7 dot pair. So we're going to hold 7, 8, 9. Build, just trying to gather around that 7 dot. We have a pair of flowers. So I think with a pair of flowers, we really don't need the wins. So let's pass 3 bam with a 4 dot. So 7, 8, 9 with flowers. Second hand from the bottom. We could maybe try the concealed hand, 3rd hand down, 5th hand down. We'll see. So there's 3 hands in there. 1, 2, 3, 4 hands that we could maybe keep an eye on in consecutive run. Okay, we've got keepers. 8, 9. East can go. 5 can go with a 2. So we have 7, 8, 9 and a pair of flowers. Seven, 8, 9, 1 suit Kong, 7, 8, 9, mixed suit Kongs. So really, the 8 bam probably can go if we get keepers. 7 dot 8 crack 9 bam. We got an 8 dot. That's a multiple, so we'll keep it. Let's pass 1 bam 3 dot with an 8 bam. All right, so I'm thinking 7, 8, 9, 1 suit Kongs. 7, 8, 9, no gaps. We have an 8 crack pair now. We're in between 7, 8, 9 in mixed suits or 7, 8, 9 in one suit. We should keep going. We have 3 tiles to pass, so we keep going. We could do 7 dot 8 crack 9 bam or 7, 8, 9 in one suit. It's just a matter of what comes in. 7 dot. Oh, shoot. Now we have to make a choice. We did get a keeper in here. 7, 8, 9. East and 4 can go. We're going across. We have to pass. It's 6 one, half dozen the other. We'll just pick one. Okay. Well, I guess we picked the right one. We got an 8 dot in there. Okay, now we're going to the right. So I would probably, a 1 and an 8 don't go together, so we can let that go. I would not pass like numbers. We have a weakness with our 9 dot. That needs to be a Kong. Even though we have no gaps, we've got gathering to do. We need to build that 9 dot, really. We got a flower. We really don't need it, though. We could pass 2. 8 crack green dragon. Whoa, I almost clicked 3. Oh my gosh, I almost was going to be forced to pass a flower. I really don't like passing flowers. Okay, here we go. 8 cracks. So it's just way too early for joker bait. So I wouldn't hold it and pass 1. I'd rather see if I can get a keeper. And I would not pass a flower. Okay, so we have 4 discards and a hand with no gaps. So I would say we're a contender. We have 1 weakness,
East
the
wind.
9 dot. So we need to draw well, of course.
North wind. 5 characters.
Okay, so let's see. It looks like somebody kept the 9 bam. Let's throw the 1 bam.
1 bamboo.
The 9 bam was going around in the Charleston. So somebody has it.
1 bamboo.
We let the 9 bam go. And an 8 crack. And somebody is keeping
bamboos.
both of them. So we'll see.
1 bamboo.
3 crack. And these are both year tiles.
2 bamboos. Green dragon. Green dragon.
We need keepers.
1 character.
2 bam can go.
2 bamboos. Red dragon. West wind. 7 bamboos.
No, we don't want winds.
South wind. West wind.
We need keepers.
1 character. 4 characters.
Another flower.
3 characters.
Whale. Whale.
5 characters.
We are just
Two
having a tough
characters.
night tonight.
6 characters.
4 dot. We definitely don't need that. Somebody's keeping the 8 and the 9.
4
I'm hoping that
dots.
we can maybe get a joker out of one of those. If you can remember the tiles that are kept during the Charleston, you might be able to finagle a
1
joker.
bamboo.
It's going to be risky though if we
1
go
dot.
on too much longer.
7 bamboos.
Another flower? Really? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's throw the 8 crack.
8 characters.
Wow, look at this. Goodness. Oh. Well,
White dragon.
oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna
8 characters.
let one of these
6
flowers go.
bamboos.
We can't keep all these flowers.
Flower.
Someone take it with a couple of jokers, please. Darn. Oh, goodness.
2 dots. 9 bamboos.
Well, there goes the 9 bams. So
5
we can
dots.
escalate that. Although we do not need all these flowers, unfortunately. So I would continue to let them go.
Flower.
We're just going to keep letting them go. Somebody wants flowers. We do not want to hold on to these going into the end game. So yeah, we need to let these go.
3 dots. Pung. 9 bamboos.
There's the 9 bam.
8 bamboos. Flower.
Okay. Let's see. So that's the third one out.
8 characters. Red dragon. Seven dots.
That's a Kong. We have no gaps.
Kong.
Let's let the 9 bam go.
9 bamboos.
All right, so year tiles can go next. One of each are out.
3
We have a
dots.
3 dot in front of us.
Five characters.
Okay, so nobody wanted the 5 crack. That should be safe later.
3 characters.
That should be safe later too. So the 2 dot is
1
probably our
dot.
riskiest tile. Oh, red dragon. 2 are out. Should be fine.
2 characters. 6 characters. 8 dots.
That's a Kong.
Kong.
We're exposing ourselves, but that's okay. We have no
3
gaps.
characters. 4 characters.
Mm-hmm.
3 characters. 9 dots.
Oh, that's our tile. And there's a hesitation, by the way. Okay, so now 4 dot or 4 bam, none are out. That goes first.
4 bamboos. 2 characters.
5 crack is the safest discard. We're going
5
into the
dots.
end game in after this pick.
Red dragon. Red dragon.
So 3 5 cracks are out, 2 7 bams are
8
out.
characters. 9 dots. 8 bamboos.
Okay, 9 bam was thrown. Not 3 are out. So let's throw the 5 crack.
5 characters. 2 bamboos. 9 dots,
That is our tile.
6
Now we need
bamboos,
2 jokers. Oh my goodness. Okay, we want to throw 6 bam.
6 bamboos,
Oh goodness.
2 dots, north wind, 6 dots,
We need a joker.
Kong,
Okay, so 3
North
dot 6
wind.
dot pung kong. So they're doing a pung kong, likely in
1
mixed
dot,
suits cracks, because the
9
9 bam,
bamboos,
our 9 dot is in front of them and the 9 bams are down. So
4
they're
characters,
doing 3, 6, 9. They could be
east
doing
wind,
3, 4, 5, 6 though. 3 dot 4 dot 5 dot 6 dot 3,
8
4, 5,
bamboos,
6. Okay, 1 crack, 2 are out.
1
5
character,
dot 2 are out. How many? 4 dot 1 is out. So they're probably doing 3, 4, 5, 6 because fewer of those tiles are out.
4 bamboos,
So that's my guess. 3, 4, 5, 6.
5 bamboos, seven characters,
We need jokers. Oh, white dragon. Okay.
7 bamboos,
Well, maybe there's 1 white dragon out. We would need fewer
3
jokers,
bamboos,
but we're still behind a curveball because we would need at least 1 joker.
5 bamboos, quint,
Quint. We have a quint. 5s.
4 bamboos,
Okay, so how many wins? 1 south is out. 2
7
east.
characters,
1 north. 2 norths are out. 3
7
norths.
characters,
Okay, 2 dot. 2 are out. 7 bam. 3 are out.
2 dots,
They could be playing 5, 4, 3. The 5 cracks are all out.
5 dots,
Okay, they just threw a 5 dot.
1 character,
Okay, so 4 bam, 3 are out. 6 bam, 3 are out.
green dragon,
So they must be doing 3 bam, 1 is out. Let's throw the 7.
7
That 3 bam
bamboos,
is going to be risky. They have a 5 quint. Are they
2
doing?
characters,
Let's see, 2 bam, 3 are out. So they're not doing the second
4
quint.
characters,
I'm thinking they're doing the like number quint.
1 dot,
But all the 5s are out. 3 dot is out.
3 dots,
Maybe they're doing 4 crack, 4 are out.
4 bamboos,
6 crack, 2 are out. Maybe they're doing
East
6
wind.
crack, 5, 6. Here's a hesitation on the east. That throwing that 5 dot could have been a bluff, which would have been kind of risky.
joker,
A joker. We got a joker. 3 bam. 1 is out. We'll throw the 9.
9 dots,
We got a joker.
5 dots,
There goes the other 5 dot. They must be switching to defense.
south wind,
And we should also. This 3 bam must be needed by this player on our left.
joker,
Oh, I'm not throwing a 4 dot.
joker,
Only 1 4 dot out.
joker, joker,
Okay. So they're playing 3, 6, 9 in cracks. I thought maybe they could have been playing that, but also 3, 4, 5, 6. Over here, they started letting the 5 dots go. They were playing the 5s with west, but they also had flowers. for that offsuit 4-5. 4 dot right there. 3-6-9 over here. There's the dragon's year hand. All right, I think that's going to do it for this live stream. Goodness, that was a rough night. But any mahjong is good mahjong. And that saying by Nelson Mandela is fantastic. I never lose. I either win or learn. So do your best to not get discouraged if you don't win. Can't win them all. And actually, the statistic is that the average win rate is 25%. So 1 in 4 games. If you expect to win more than that, you're probably putting too much pressure on yourself. And if you consider wall games as part of that statistic, you can come down a little bit on that 25%. So really more like maybe 22% win rate would be, no, 27%. Go the other way. 27% win rate, let's say. So you can't win them all. And if you keep a positive attitude of any mahjong is good mahjong, and I never lose, I either win or learn. That's kind of how I keep from going on tilt. Sometimes it doesn't work though. Thank you everyone for coming. I hope you had a good time. We had a lot of great demonstrations on Joker tactics. If you missed the presentation, rewind the repost so that you can see the presentation on Joker tactics. This game, even though it has jokers, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's all based on luck. There's strategy involved in joker use. So it's a complex game that's very challenging, just like all the other versions. All right, and we'll be back again tomorrow for, no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. So we'll be back again on Wednesday for Obsessed Let's Play live stream. Wednesday will be Wright Patterson Mahjong, and then Friday will be Simply Social Let's Play live stream. I hope that if you're available that you'll join us for any of those times. And between now and then, thank you so much for watching my videos. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Click that little gray bell if you do. That way you'll get notification for when I post new videos, and you won't miss an opportunity to learn a new strategy or pick up an insight to the game that could give you an advantage at the table. Between now and the next video, may all your picks be keepers.